About PRASA announced the names of the broad-based black economic empowerment companies that have been awarded a 30% slice in their rolling stock fleet renewal program. The BBBEE Equity Partners will join Gibela Rail Transportation, which is led by French multinational firm Alstom, to design, manufacture and deliver 3,600 modern commuter trains to South Africans over a period of 10 years. This is so exciting. And here to talk to us about this project is the Group Chief Executive Officer of PRASA, Lucky Montana. Lucky, welcome to Morning Live. It's so good to have you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Lillian.
Good. Let's just correct that. I don't think it's 3,600 trains, is it?
Coaches.
It's coaches, yeah. So it's not the trains, no. It's the coaches. Okay,
coaches.
It was wrong on the script. I think we needed to correct that. We were just chatting off air, saying that 4 years ago we started talking about this. I mean, first you spoke to me, then you spoke to Vuyo, and here you are. And I mean, this is now it's going to happen. How are you feeling at a time like this?
Look, it's great. It's exciting. I think 4 or 5 years ago we were dreaming about this thing. We thought it will happen in 10 years' time, but we're almost 18 months away from testing the first train in the country. That's and amazing. I think it's great news.
Yeah. I mean, let's refresh people's memories. What exactly is the fleet renewal program?
Well, we are replacing the entire fleet of Metro Rail. As we said before, the current fleet is old. The technology is obsolete. We have to get new trains that will support our cities, that will ensure that people get to work in time. So we've set aside, I think, 51 billion rands. I think at this point in time, Treasury has allocated already 40 billion rands so that we replace that entire fleet over a period of 20 years. What we did is that we started the first 10 years. We divided that 20 years into 2 10-year contracts. The first 10 years is what we've awarded to the Alstom-led Gibela consortium to build this entire fleet.
Yeah. All right. Now that the BBBEE partners have been announced, what's the way forward?
Well, I think the most important thing to emphasize is that we have taken a very unique approach in how we achieve this BEE participation. I think that the people who've come through that process are people that ordinarily would not have had an opportunity to participate in this kind of a deal. The women, the disabled people, the youth. I think there's a lot of a large youth component into that. So we're excited. The next step, of course, is for Gibela, Alstom, and the new partners to negotiate and finalize their shareholder agreement. And then they will sign a contract with PRASA on the 15th of September. And then before that time, of course, we'll have gone to National Treasury to finalize the numbers. Then we sign the contract. It's all systems go. Good. We'll then build a new plant in the East Rand, Ekurhuleni, so that it becomes the hub where we build the trains that will support the country for the next 40 years.
Fantastic. Now, I think a really exciting part is that there's a women empowerment component to this deal. Talk to us about it.
Well, it's not, it's Women's Month, but let me emphasize, Len, it's not just a women's component. During the briefing,
not a token, I hope.
It's quite significant.
Good.
When we're having the briefing sessions, 65 to 70% of the participants were women. And I think it reflected itself when we announced, we concluded our evaluation. In all the groupings that we had, women are leading players in this particular process, followed by disabled people and the youth. So we think that the women of our country are rising up and saying we want not only the right to participate in our lives, but also that we want to transform the economy. And I think that this deal in particular has demonstrated that women are at the center of economic transformation.
This process didn't come without criticism, and FEDUSA was the union that spoke out and said that this was not done above board. The partners weren't chosen above board. What's your response to them?
Well, I challenge FEDUSA to a public debate on this matter. I think that their comments are unfortunate. I've been working with FEDUSA, including their affiliate unions. When we embark on this strategy, they are one of the unions I presented in great detail what our strategy is. I think it's a correct strategy. It's about board. But if they feel that there's something underhand, we've got laws in the country. People must go to the police. You know, it's the second year where I've heard people saying, you know, things have happened, there's corruption in all of these issues. Because I think it's something South African, it would seem, that every time something happens, someone doesn't like it, the first flag they raise is corruption. And then they don't support it. When we left these people to go scot-free, the reality is that if someone raises something as serious as that, we ought to challenge them, but there must be consequences because the image of the country itself gets affected. I mean, we've got multinational companies involved in some of our own programs. They just say, but how do you put money, how do you bring skills and our expertise into an environment characterized by corruption? So I think the statements by the Federation, FEDUSA, is unfortunate, but I think over time we'll debate and engage with them. In fact, they were happy with what we've been doing. I know that they raised an issue that we should have used a state-owned enterprise, but Transnet to build these trains.
Yeah.
Let me emphasize, South Africa does not have the technology at this point in time to build its own trains. We had that technology in the 60s, 70s, but because of underinvestment in our railway system, it has since disappeared. Now we are using this program to rebuild that capacity so that by the end of the first 10 years, South Africa will have the capacity to design, to build, to manufacture its own trains, and even to export to other countries in Africa as well as around the world. So I don't think that the statements by the union are based on any fact, but I'm saying that I'm prepared to go to a public debate so that we debate each aspect of this issue, both where's the technology, where's the capacity. And I think that we've taken the best approach that is in the long term, in the interest of South Africa.
All right, Lucky Montana, thank you very much for talking to us here on Morning Live. Soon, South Africa having 3,600 new coaches that are going to be added to our infrastructure for transport, and the process 18 months away, correct?
Indeed.
Yeah, we'll be seeing that soon. And send us those pictures. We want to see what they look like. All right, thank you very much for joining us. Lucky Montana is the CEO of PASA.